Hi everyone, I'm Ben from SalesSPACE and this is another tech tip. Today we're discussing how to archive deals in your pipeline. So this question has come up a couple of times recently. People want to know how to archive a deal and it's not as straightforward as you might first think. So there's no archive button on a deal. So what we have to do is actually make a change to our system to cater for this. So firstly, just have a think about why you actually need to archive a deal and just make sure that it makes sense to archive it rather than put it into an on hold or a lost stage. Okay. The next thing is some of the reasons for archiving is that you might actually want to keep that deal in your system and perhaps follow it up later on, like maybe in 6 months or 12 months time. You might like to revisit these archived deals and just see the information that was on the deal, the communications, the pricing, that type of thing, so you have that information there. The other reason to archive a deal is if you didn't want to delete a deal. Okay, so there was probably still some information on there that was relevant or might be relevant in the future. Okay, so the best way we suggest of doing this is to create a new stage in your pipeline which is called archived. Then you can just simply drag your deals across into that archive stage. So let's have a look. So here's my pipeline. I've got 5 stages. I've got the 3 early stages here and then a 1 and a lost stage. So I'm going to add an archive stage and I'm going to add it over to the right here so it's out of the way when I use the pipeline. Okay, so we go to settings, then go to pipelines. Okay, so here we see my 2 current pipelines and I'm adding a stage. So if we click on add stages, create new stage, so we'll call it archived. The probability, so if they're in archive, the probability of them going ahead will be quite low, so we'll set that as 0. It's up to you. You can also change this. You might think maybe 10% or 20%. It's up to you. The category, so this is where we decide whether it's an open category or is it actually won or lost. So I'd put this one in open. Technically it's not lost if they haven't said no, but you know, again, that's up to you. If you feel like it's more of a lost stage, you can do that. And then the forecast category, so we'll put this in here. This will be in the pipeline and then we hit done. Okay, so you can see that stage is added there and it's the last stage, which is the correct position. So if we save that and we'll add it to this one as well, so we've got it in both of our pipelines. Save. Okay, now we go back to our pipeline here. So you'll see here over on the right now we've got this archive stage. So it's just a matter of dragging your deals across into that stage. Okay, so just further to this, what I would also consider doing here is these deals, if we do think we need to follow them up in say 6 months time, I would go and create a workflow in Zoho CRM which says when a deal gets moved into the archive stage 6 months later, create a task for me to follow up that deal. And send a reminder. So I would do that as well, just so they don't get forgotten, and then you know, in the 6 months time you can decide whether or not to follow them up, but at least you'll have that reminder that it's been 6 months and it might be worth following them up. There could be some potential work there. So I hope that's been useful and I'll speak to you next time.